See him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast of them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, everybody. It's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, it's good to see you back here at the Red State Update podcast, hosted by me, Dunlap the Dirt Nap, and your good friend, Jackie Bros.
Yeah.
We hope that you enjoy hearing people scream about the president.
That's all you're going to get out of this. We're going to try to talk about a little other extra news, I think, today, but mostly probably just complaining about him. Everything seems to be related to him somehow.
Sure, there's nothing terrible that happens that I can't relate back to Trump.
It somehow fits in with, oh, yeah, that's right, that's why. Oh, yeah.
Or there's nothing good that can happen that can't be ruined by Trump.
Yeah.
Hey, Dunlap, did you hear I had a little girl? Oh, well, I don't know why you won't bring a new life into this world.
Just imagine she's going to grow up and think that this is what the president is. This is what America is. This is how the president's supposed to act.
I don't see how you have the confidence to bring new citizens into a country that we don't even know what it is yet. But from all appearances, we're going right down the shitter.
Yeah.
Shitter baby is what you just had. You had a shitter baby.
I keep saying it on and on again, but yeah.
I mean, you basically had that baby. You went to the hospital. I don't know if you got insurance or not. It's Dwayne. I don't know if he's got insurance or not. I don't think he's working right now. So I went to the hospital. Damn, had a baby. Cost him how much? How much it cost to have a baby, Jackie?
Well, I don't know.
$200-$300?
At least that, probably more than that.
Shit, you ain't gonna see that money again.
No. And you get ready to spend a lot more money because once you bring a baby in the world, all the money goes to that baby. That's pretty much it right there, which it should be. That's how it should be.
You know, that baby might as well just dunk it right back in the toilet.
What?
That baby might as well live in a toilet because it lives in Trump's America, and it's the same thing.
Well, that makes
I
sense.
asked him, I said, does your shitter baby live in a toilet? Because this is Trump's America. And he was like, you're crazy. You got that Trump derangement disease.
Right.
You're crazy.
You could almost say put the baby in the toilet. I think that's kind of what they were saying at CPAC, but you're saying it in a different way.
What'd they say at CPAC?
I don't. They take the babies out of the mama and they kill it right then. I don't know where they said to put it. But it might as well have been the toilet from what they were saying.
Well, that's not what I'm saying at all, Jack.
I know you're not saying that. You're saying it the opposite way. Either way, babies wind up in toilets, or dead babies, or healthy babies. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Trump's America.
Wow. You're crazy.
Huh?
You got it.
I am crazy. Anybody be crazy after hearing turn on TV for 45 minutes. Put a little bit on each channel and then turn it off and tell me you ain't crazier than you were before you turned it on.
Hell, I'm crazy as hell.
I know you are. The country's crazy as hell.
I go Walmart, I see people wearing MAGA hats. I want to just knock them off their heads, and I would, but I'd probably get carpal tunnel because it's everybody.
Yep. Crazy.
Couldn't they beat my ass, too? Other side of it.
Well, probably.
I mean, you got to stand up for your convictions, but I ain't that crazy.
Well, if don't be knocking hats off a boy's head, you're going to get sued for $250 million.
If that kid winds up running CNN, what do you think?
It ain't going to be much worse. Let's just say it right now. If he do just, I mean, you know.
It would be. And now with the news, here's my bro, Steven.
I guarantee you Steven ain't going to be any worse than Chris Cuomo.
That kid's going to sue tweets.
Sue them all. Go for it. That's the future of our country right there, that young man is.
Be a dick, then sue him. I will say that there is the fact that he has managed to eke out, and some of this is the partisan divide of our country, but at such a young age to eke out some plausible, in quotation marks, deniability of being a dick, is as someone who has been a dick for years, is impressive and frightening. That he can be obviously a dick. Am I going to get sued?
You run your mouth so much. Of course, he can have this if he wants to sue this. We just hand it over to him.
Obviously a dick, and then say, but I wouldn't know. And that's like smart beyond his years of ways to weasel out of stuff. When I'm a dick, it's obvious, and people remember the specifics. I mean, we also know the specifics of him. How is he getting out of this again? Some black people yelled at him?
He yelled at him first.
We are in bad shape.
And then he stared at the Native American. It's all awful, yeah. First off, you don't need to send youngins from your school to an abortion thing. I just don't think they'd need to be there. Young men, anyway.
Why not young men? Don't Tucker Carlson yourself on here, Jackie.
Well, why do you need to send to school? What kind of class are you teaching in school where they need to go to a protest against Planned Parenthood or whatever the hell it was?
It's a Christian school.
Well, yeah. But either way, what class? I mean, why don't you just read the Bible?
It's boring.
Well, then you ought not be a Christian to begin with.
Did Trump sign it?
If you was in Alabama, there's a good chance of it.
Let's go back to that for a second. We talked a lot about this last week, but just when did it become okay? Like, would it be okay for a preacher to sign a Bible? Like, if he preached, like, real good and everybody was waiting around the back entrance where he gets to park, where it says preacher parking, and like, after the preaching, the whole congregation stands out there with their Bibles and their Sharpies, and the preacher comes out, good. I preached so good today. Everybody wants to sign their Bibles. He just goes through there and just signs some preacher from the middle of nowhere signing Bibles. No. Nobody wants a preacher to sign your Bibles. And he talks to God. And he talks to God. And Trump, who does not talk to God, and as little work as preachers do, Trump does less. And he's also the worst president we ever had.
Oh, yeah.
But he gets to sign your Bible. Did Billy Graham ever sign a Bible? Maybe he did. Maybe Billy Graham signed
I don't remember.
eBay Bibles.
Could be. I don't know.
I like to think that Billy Graham would say, what? No. But maybe I'm wrong.
Some people get celebrity to sign anything. I'll say it right now. They just get to sign this, sign that, whatever. I ain't got nothing on me. Here's my Bible. If you saw how many people would wanted him to have signed their Bible pre the presidency, before, like when he was on TV, that game show, whatever it was. Would anybody want him to sign a Bible then?
They didn't know that he was owning the libs. Which is like, well, that's what half the Bible's about. It's eat by a whale, come back from the dead, own the libs. A flood.
Yep.
Is that the same, the whale? Is that the same story?
No, it's a different story. There was a flood, and then the whale ate somebody. That's two different people. The one had a boat, and one got ate.
Seems like we could combine that. Seems like that's just some unnecessary. Like, you get to the water part. Like, okay, people say, you got to go see the Bible. It's incredible. There's just one part where a man gets eaten by a whale. And you're like, well, like Pinocchio? Like, yep, exactly like that. Go see it. And so you go to the damn movie theater to watch the Bible, and the water starts rising. You're like, oh, shit, here it comes. Noah's going to get eaten by a whale. And then that doesn't happen?
That happens
and
before.
And you got to go through a whole other water part?
What one happens? It's been so long since I had, and it's my fault. I'm awful to admit this. What's happened for Jonah or Noah come first in the Bible?
It's Jonah and the whale.
Yeah.
Noah. See, also, we need to come up with different names for him.
I know all the stories. I just get them the order mixed up, but I remember in all of it. And I know it's Old Testament because Jesus didn't get ate by no whale, and nor did he. You know, he walked on the water. If it was a flood, he'd have been all right. That's New Testament right there. That's how I know the difference between one and the other.
Yeah, the New Testament does not a lot. They have one big set piece, and that's Jesus coming back from the dead.
Well, yeah, that's a big one, though.
That's the big one. They don't even try to top it.
Nope. Easter, that's it.
It's like an HBO show. The big stuff happens on, like, the 9th episode, and then the 10th one is just, like, everybody dealing with it. Except this one, it's like the 2nd episode. Then you got, like, 8 episodes of just talking about what happened. And then Revelation, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's a weird one to go out on.
We're not supposed to understand all that. We try to, but that's, you know.
Why would you write something that you're purposely not supposed to understand?
Well,
I tried that in school, and my teacher was like, you're missing the point.
Well, we can't.
I said, you're missing the point.
Can't question the Lord's ways. And it ain't crazy. It's just crazy to us because we don't understand it. You know, that's all. But, you know, there's some people who have different interpretations of it, too, so.
That was it. I just was wondering if Billy Graham ever signed the Bible.
He might have. I don't know.
He might have signed one of the presidents. He always hung around with the presidents. If you were looking for Billy Graham and he wasn't at, like, a stadium here in Just As I Am, well, a bunch of people. Also, those Billy Graham, you used to watch them Billy Graham crusades, right?
Everybody did back in.
I'd say it's a big crossover of people listening to our show and people who grew up watching Billy Graham crusades. That is a long-ass walk. As a kid, I ain't never been to no stadium. I was like, this takes forever. Half the damn show was them trying to walk up from the damn popcorn stand down to the damn, because I guarantee you, half the people walking down to where Billy Graham was the people who had to buy the cheapest seats because they spent all their money on beer. Hey, also, did you have to pay to go to a Billy Graham thing?
I don't think you paid for it, did
Well,
you?
they were late because they had to go to the beer joint first and then listen to Billy Graham and then rededicate their lives. So at least, maybe I'm just basing this on my father.
I think you covered that, right? That's what that is, yeah.
Old Daddy Dunlap. I know for a fact that he didn't go to all the Billy Graham crusades. He said he did. That he hallucinated several of them.
Wow. Now we got his son.
Me?
No, Billy Graham's boy.
I'm my daddy's son.
I'm talking about Billy Graham's boy.
Oh, he sucks.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
His daddy, yeah.
A lot of people don't like Billy Graham, and that's fine. I didn't hear a lot of stuff that was bad about Billy Graham growing up until I was 36.
But everything I've ever heard about Franklin Graham is bad.
Right, that starts out bad and goes down from there.
Yep.
So don't like Franklin Graham.
Not a fan, no. Daddy, I'd like to think his daddy taught him better than that. But what I know.
Billy Graham also always looked like, when he was young, he looked like a televangelist. Probably because people who drew cartoons of televangelists made him look like Billy Graham with the hair. And then when he was old, he looked like God. Like a white God.
A little bit, yeah.
So speaking of parents willing to do things for their kids, listen, God sent Jesus down here, and he didn't cut him any slack. He made him get crucified.
Put him through it, yeah.
Felicity Huffman's kids have it Easy compared to what Jesus went through.
That's a TV woman talking about.
TV woman. Jackie, what scam did you pull when you got into an Ivy League school?
I never went to no Ivy League school, and I wouldn't have pulled nothing to try to get into one if I wanted to be in one. I don't like this. Just goes so rich people do whatever they want, but you pretty much have to jump through hoops anyway. They just going through some extra hoops with some extra money. It sounds like to me. Because anybody trying to get in one of them fancy schools, you're going to have to go through a lot. But, I do understand that people work hard and study, and, they get in that way, which is how you're supposed to do it.
What happened to college? Because that was supposed to be good. There was a time when college was good. And
nobody likes it anymore. Democrats want it to be free, and Republicans think that that's what turns everybody into Democrats. So right now, college is getting it every which way from everyone.
And everybody also hates rich people now. So everybody hates college and everybody hates rich people. Well, everybody's really excited about all these rich people going down. Even on Fox News, they're excited.
Well, the liberal elite or whatever like that, everybody's ganging up on these people first off, let me just say right now. Because if you don't like, again, if you don't like rich people, probably don't like the president, or you shouldn't like him if you got a problem with rich people. He's the worst one.
He really is giving rich people a bad name.
He has. So, but they're mad at these people because they're Hollywood elite, and then people who don't like Trump don't like him because there it is, another rich white person doing whatever the hell they want to. Except that these people actually are going to jail. There's a difference. So,
also very confusing. I'm confused about college. I'm confused by how quickly we have turned to the guillotines. And I'm confused about who goes to jail and for how long in this country. I mean, I'm not confused. I know that I'd say about what percent of people in jail don't need to be there. Like none of my friends to start with. They're all innocent.
There's a lot of people who did some minor things who are going to be in jail for the rest of their lives. We all know that's wrong. Everybody knows that's wrong.
But Paul Manafort, he keeps getting, every week, I like this show, where every week you give Paul Manafort another couple years. It'd be cool if it happened all at once, but maybe this is better. We get to enjoy it every week.
Well, we get to see the one in New York for too long.
Oh, that's good. Manafort jail time, New York. That'll be a good one. That may be the best season, actually. The first one, they were still finding their legs. The second one, that was a lot more fun when the judge told him that he was a piece of shit. And then I really think this New York season 3, that's going to be, I can't wait for that one.
Hell, he's liable never to actually set foot in the prison because he's too busy having to sit there and get sentenced.
So Manafort just gets a few years here and there. Felicity Huffman's going to jail listen, I'm not saying that rich white people have not weaseled their way and taken the spots of people who didn't have the money, who couldn't get in, who worked their asses off, who played sports, who were smart as hell, who worked and fucking actually knows how to be on a row team. But I am saying, if you had $85,000 or whatever it is, and you're one of these damn Little League people, I hear yelling at the kids and driving them all over town in a minivan, just bringing the team into Dairy Queen and hovering over them and making them do that. If you had that money, a lot of people are mad at these people because they had the money to cheat. You just ain't got the money to cheat.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the people who say cheating is wrong. That's good. We're losing touch with that in this country. But it does seem like in the age of Trump, people are just going to, the lesson, it seems that we learn every day is nothing matters. Do what you want, especially if you're rich.
And that's what don't make any sense to me. All these Trump supporters mad as hell about this, and I've seen 4 or 5 raising hell since yesterday, since it come out. How dare they? You got no business, if you're a Trump supporter, calling anybody crooked or being upset about anybody cheating or breaking the law.
Trump's daddy basically paid the money for Trump to become whatever the hell he was before he became president. And Trump did the same for his stupid kids, not the little one. Leave the little one out of it.
I didn't say nothing.
The little one and Tiffany, they get to stay out of it. Those other three motherfuckers.
Hey. Watch your mouth. But yeah, they're grown.
They're working with him in the damn.
I know it. You ain't got to tell me.
They're co-criminals. They're where AJ Soprano was headed.
Every one of them crooked. So don't get mad, high and mighty and mad. How dare they cheat and steal. Well, you got nothing. You ain't got a leg to stand on. Don't complain about it. You should be, if you're going to support one rich white person getting away with everything, you need to support every single one of them.
I guess this is why people are mad at rich people. Also, I don't understand college anymore. Like, this is just another sign that whoever runs college needs to go to, like, college to learn how to run college better. Is there one of those? Like, it costs $1 million a semester. Only rich people get in. And if somebody who ain't rich and white gets in, it's like 4 years of racism. Like, it doesn't sound like a good plan to me anymore. I'm going to truck driving school. Finally. Wait, was that on our album?
What's that?
Did we do a thing called Truck Driving School on our album?
Something that it's different from what we're saying now.
Yeah. It was different. That was a different time.
We're doing part 2.
That was back. Oh, man, that was so long ago. That was when every morning I'd turn on Bubba the Love Sponge to hear what Tucker Carlson had in store for us that morning. He'd do the weather, he'd do the news, he'd do a racist rant, and then he'd joke about fucking teenagers. And then we'd go...
Watch your mouth. Just because he does it, don't mean I want to hear you talk it.
I don't think any of that's on our album. I hope to God. But hey, Nancy Pelosi, she's your new hero, right? What? A good segue. Hey, Nancy Pelosi, she's your new hero, right, Jackie?
She's not my new hero.
Well, good, because she said she ain't going to impeach Trump.
I heard her. I think maybe she's so crafty, and has been recently, that she's setting him up for something, I think. I don't know what.
Listen.
He walked right into the trap, I know.
We keep trapping him.
I know it.
But
it don't do
is he just still in the trap? Like, it doesn't matter.
Mueller's got an elaborate, evident trap that we don't understand yet.
Does it actually trap him? Is it so smart of a trap that it just lets him keep doing what he wants? How smart is this? Like a trap so smart that it's never finished laying itself?
I don't know how that makes it smart, but that's what it appears to be.
If I could lay myself, I'd never stop either.
What?
Listen. Where is that Mueller report, Jackie? Your hero.
Well, they said it was coming out, 2 weeks ago. Sit tight. I ain't crossing my fingers for any time soon. Sit tight?
You know who the president is.
I ain't got no choice in the matter. What can I do? Wear myself out over it? I don't know. Like we said before, everything broken anyhow. Like Mueller's, whatever it is, he turns in, ain't gonna fix nothing. It'll come out and have everything you want to know on the dotted line written there. Yeah, he did this, did that. There's proof. Here's documentation. Blah blah blah. Remember, like Cohen brought. Remember when Cohen went in there and brought all the here's the checks and here's this. And
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So it'll be that, and it'll be he's a liar or whatever.
It could be called P-tape, etc. The Mueller report.
Ain't gonna make a damn to no Republican sitting in the Senate as far as impeachment goes. I saw Lindsey Graham today sitting there trying to say, well, I tell you what now, if Trump, I guess he's trying to, only way he can talk to the president, either golfing or if he goes on TV. If I go on Fox, Trump will eventually see me. But he just said it will be, just outrageous. There's no reason for him to pardon Manafort, that'd be political hell. He don't need to do it. So, you know who that message is for. There's a message from Paul Manafort's actual lawyer that goes out to Trump saying no collusion, make sure he hears that. They're wanting a pardon. They know damn well they're wanting a pardon. But let me tell you, Lindsey Graham, you're wasting your damn breath. Because you're going to have to eat every one of those words when he finally does pardon him.
Oh, he'll be out here saying, oh, well, he had to do it.
Yeah.
I told him to do it.
Why do they even say something opposite? Because they know they're going to have to turn around and say, the only one smart enough not to do that is, well, Huckabee seems pretty smart. I know she gets caught in lies all the time, but she don't ever, don't seem like she ever eats her words like Lindsey Graham.
It's funny that Trump is basically a paranoid old racist guy sitting at home watching Fox News who thinks the TV's talking to him, but it actually is talking to him.
Yep.
He did ground the planes, the crash planes, all the planes that keep crashing.
Well, I'm glad he finally did. The whole world had done it, and he hadn't done it yet, so I gave a few extra days, I guess.
You know, you wake up and you just kind of getting on with your day. Maybe you're looking at Instagram or something. And you just stretching, getting caught up, putting some coffee on, maybe running down the damn Dunkin' Donuts or some shit, going down to Hardee's to get you a sausage biscuit or, just rolling out of bed, smoking your first joint of the day.
All right, enough.
And somebody comes up to you and obviously something terrible has happened, and you're like, what now? That's what Trump must be like every day. Like, you didn't hear about the wreck? Or how's your grandma? Like, what? What now? Grandma? Shit you ain't heard? Did you hear about that school bus accident? I'm sorry. Oh, man, it's a rough day. What are you talking? School bus accident and all that? What? I don't know. When that happened? Like 6 a.m. this morning. Well, shit. I just woke up. Like, I don't feel like that's what happens to the president. He's not padding around the White House in his pajamas at 9:30 in the morning. Price is Right on. Drinking juice. Going, what now? I feel like the president has to get up early, maybe be on the treadmill, and there's somebody with a clipboard running alongside of him telling him everything that happened overnight. I feel like a president shouldn't have to be like, what happened? But the difference is also like 3 p.m. that day after he's talked to all the generals and stuff, I still feel like he's like, what?
It's hourly.
What now? But even in that state doesn't stop him from tweeting. So Pelosi, maybe so she's saying, you think her trap is, we won't impeach him because that's what he wants.
The only reason not to impeach him, as far as I can tell, is that New York will be waiting with the handcuffs otherwise. If you impeach him, he gets out, Pence will pardon him, sure enough. If he gets voted out, once he steps out of the White House, I'm telling you, I ain't saying he's going to go to jail or whatever, but he definitely going to get arrested, and he gonna be on trial in the Southern District of New York.
Well, that is a depressing thought. I mean, just going back to President Pence, like you hear, oh yeah, him out of office, him impeach, him whatever, but then to imagine the second part of that is President Pence, so it's like you're like, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
And then even like him in handcuffs, like, but then you just remember what you'd have to hear from your damn relatives.
If we sit through all this and the country's still standing, I mean, which, sort of still standing.
Here's open.
We'll see what happens. But Lindsey Graham, he going to pardon Manafort. It may not be till right after he leaves office or not, but I mean, he going to pardon him. I'm telling you, he'll do it.
Lindsey Graham's going to pardon him?
No! Trump's going to pardon him. I'm telling Lindsey Graham.
Trump's going to pardon Lindsey Graham?
No. He may have to by 10. Who knows what's going to happen between now and then. Lindsey Graham would perjure himself for Trump, I'll say that much right now.
He's never had a president wanted to perjure himself for him before.
Nope.
I heard this whole Jackie, you ever listen to podcasts?
What is it?
There's just one podcast from the New York Times, and they did a whole episode on Lindsey Graham when they talked to Lindsey Graham.
Why?
I don't know. Why did I listen to it?
I don't know.
But he said, I've never had a president like call me up before. I've never had a president listen to me about things before. I've never had a president ask me to perjure myself for him before. I figure that train of thought just keeps going. I've never had a president ask me to commit high crimes and treason for him before. This just feels great. It feels great to be wanted.
Well, I guess what's his name? Lex Luthor? Whitaker.
Oh, Whitaker.
Now, he perjured himself from what they're saying today when he was
wouldn't deny.
Well, what the hell does that mean? Then he denied it the first time, and this time he won't deny it. Then one of the times he's lying.
I think maybe he's laying a trap.
What kind of trap is that man going to lay for anyone? He said he'd never. I knew he perjured himself when I saw him the first time because they asked him over and over again. You never discussed any of these cases with the president. First he would say, "Well, I'm not going to tell you anything I discussed with the president," and then he'd follow that. But no, I did not. He could have just stopped at the beginning, but anyhow,
he looks like every guy I've ever seen at the grocery store who rented a carpet cleaner. Trying to fit it in his car. It's all the parts falling off of it. Him sweating, just rubbing his face out in the hot sun, beating down on that bald head of his. Can't get the carpet cleaner in his car. Hilarious.
I bet it wasn't 5 minutes after Sessions was out the door that Trump called him up. What are we going to do about these SOBs in New York? You know damn well he didn't. I ain't saying Whitaker did anything. He probably smart enough to know not to, maybe not. He'll perjure himself for the president, but he don't want to get in worse trouble. But you know damn well the president called him and asked him. So I knew he'd perjured the first time now. But I guess now today it proves that he wouldn't deny it. And he didn't deny discussion with the president about firing some of these judges and on and on. So that's just going to help any kind of obstruction of justice. That's crazy that he was in charge of the Mueller probation for how long ago, and now he's going to be part of the investigation. He's been going to be investigated, and he was in charge of it. Well, of course, Trump appointed him. Basically, it's just another man who's ruined his career because of the president and his association with him, whether he goes to jail or not. Just get in line with the rest of them. If you're lucky, you get a job at CNN when that boiler is running it.
Yeah, maybe he'll get CNN, he'll own CNN, and he'll turn it into like a worse Fox. And that's where all the Trump administration will go. They'll all get an afternoon show. They'll make Tucker Carlson 10 years ago sound like Billy Graham when he was the nicest. But listen, I know that we talk a lot about how racist the president is and all the Republicans that enable him. But nobody hates Jews more than Democrats.
Well, that's
the
what
president has said it over and over again.
He's going to keep saying it over
He's going
and
to
over
keep
again.
saying
Just
it.
get used to it because you're going to hear it for the next year and a half.
Everything, his biggest talking points usually are about himself somehow. The Jews, the poor Jews and all the Democrats who hate them. Oh, they really hate those Jews, the Democrats. Every room full of people, it's just him. Did you hear how much the Democrats hate Jews? He gets in a sad voice, a sad, soft voice. Oh, the Jews. But when he goes to a rally, it'll be like, the Democrats. It's hard to do him now. Sometimes you just get so disgusted.
I wouldn't want to hear that sound coming out of my own mouth.
Oh, they hate Jews.
They hate them.
They hate them. Oh, did you hear about all the Jews that the Democrats hate? It's just a laugh line or an applause line or a chant line or a call to violence line, one of those lines. He could be literally leading a Nazi march across a town square somewhere, the president of the United States, and they could be chanting that Democrats hate Jews. They could be holding actual swastikas, chanting Democrats hate Jews, and 30-40% of the country would be fine with everything.
We're going to question it, yeah.
Makes sense to them. They'd be like, Democrats do hate Jews.
Are there any?
I hate Democrats for hating Jews. Also, I hate Jews.
Yeah, I was about to say, is there any of them? Now, you got to be at least 2 or 3 of them out there that gets confused when the president says something like that. They don't quite know how to take it.
Listen, we live in an age of magical realism. We have a foot in the realm of symbolism and magic, and we have a foot in the realm of terror and heartache, and some people can process both at the same time.
I don't know.
They don't care. See, Jackie?
That's the thing. Yeah, they don't care.
They want to hurt people that they don't like in some way. Maybe just make them mad on Twitter. That's fine. So if they get to say that Democrats hate Jews, which is owning the libs, they get to hate Jews, which is embracing their racism and emboldened racism, they get everything they want.
I guess so.
Israel? People, really? I don't know why somebody hasn't proposed getting all the Jews out of Israel yet and letting just like Republicans run it. Because they get to build things and shoot at people. Like the favorite stuff. Like the Jews are just getting in the way, really, of what they want, which is like being mean to Muslims. Like Jews are just complicating things for racists. I shouldn't give anybody any ideas in this. These are the kind of joke ideas that just probably shouldn't be said anymore.
Nowadays.
Not funny. I don't even know why I said joke idea, because it's not funny. But it's not a real idea.
Yes, years ago when you talk about old times, remember when that record album come out and talked about truck driving? Half the stuff we said back then, we thought we was being over the top or too big. Like, it's just so silly. Who could believe such a thing? That's minor now. You couldn't get away with any of that on Tucker Carlson or Gina Perino. You have to notch it up about 50%. It's what we're living in.
Listen, things are bad, but at least Trump has a great fiscal brain. When this new Trump budget comes out, it's going to really fix his country when he cuts $1.5 trillion from Medicaid. Yeah. That's really gonna. I think then people are gonna say, because it's the economy. People love this economy. This Trump economy is really gonna. When he cuts Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, when people can't go to the doctor, but they got the wall.
Go see Dr. Wall.
Just go down to the border and see your good friend Dr. Wall. Maybe they could have like clinics along the border on the U.S. side. Like if you could build the wall, I know they just want to do slats, but maybe if you could build it with just a small room with like an overworked person in there just doing their best to not prescribe you pain pills, just like this clinic in the wall. You go down and see Dr. Wall.
Yeah, some people be, you know what? I may be on my deathbed. I ain't going to be able to get my medicine anymore. But by God, we'll be keeping the Mexicans out. I'm willing to take that hit. There are people out there who would think that way. I'm telling you right now.
There's also old people who are trying to hang on until the Mueller report comes out. Did you hear about that? A bunch of old people just waiting around instead of dying. Instead of the blissful kiss of death, well deserved after a long life lived, and then to cap it off, 2 years of president asshole. Instead of taking the easy way out, they're like, I want to see what the Mueller report says. So, Bob, do not disappoint these oldies.
They're waiting on it. I mean, they're going to be let down either way, but might as well, you know. Didn't they let, remember when that Star Wars man, there was somebody who going to be dying before the new Star Wars movie come out. And bless their hearts, it was nice because this young man who had cancer or something, they were nice enough to invite him to watch a movie before it come out, before he passed away.
Oh.
So maybe Mueller can work something out.
We need to make a Wish Foundation.
Some reporter with cancer right now, there got to be some reporter with cancer, and you got a scoop on your hands if you can just, all you got to do, make a Wish Foundation. Mueller, you'll get the scoop.
Did it make a wish? Are they connected to the? I don't want to get sued by that twice in the same podcast. Are they in that Michael Jackson documentary? I ain't watched it. Did they get in trouble for that? Did they do something?
I ain't gonna watch
it. Were they a pipeline to the?
Everything was a pipeline, evidently, to get young boys at man's house. That's all I know. So, yeah, I think one of the boys he touched or did something, whatever he did, come from had cancer, come from a Make-A-Wish foundation. So, yes, they helped put a young man in there at one time.
Sorry.
Probably with the best intentions. I certainly don't want to say the Make-A-Wish Foundation was going out of their ways to do it that way.
Well, I'm going to say maybe they can do something to get this Mueller report out quicker. Also, sorry if you're listening to this, you're like, I made it through a whole half hour of my life without hearing more of this terribly upsetting Michael Jackson story, and then we just sprung it on you at the last minute.
I was trying to avoid it.
Sorry.
The man's dead, you know.
I didn't know how big it was. I ain't seen the documentary. I don't know if every time I say make a wish now, people think Michael Jackson,
all
which
right,
may be the case.
I don't want to think about him one way or the other. Just let it go.
What should we go out on? We can't go out on Michael Jackson. Can we? Is there anything else we can talk about? What about Facebook was out? Beto O'Rourke may run for president.
Yeah. But Biden's going to jump in any minute to say, yeah. There's going to be so many of them out there, people saying, oh, going to be too many, and everybody going to be fighting amongst themselves. And all. I'm like, good, let them. I'd rather watch somebody else. If they can take any attention away from a damn president, you know what I call him. I don't want to say it out loud.
What is it again?
I don't want, excuse my language, president. Shit, excuse my language. I don't like to say it. I don't like to use language like that, but I can't think of anything else to call him.
We're through the looking glass now, people.
Well, it is what it is.
Remember that movie?
Huh?
Remember that movie?
What is it?
We're through the looking glass now, people.
Oh.
Dance of the Wolves.
Who's in it?
Kevin Costner.
Through the looking glass now.
No, the movie, he says it.
What movie does it say it in?
Maybe it's Field of Dreams. I think all the baseball players come out at corn, and he's like, we're through the looking glass now, people.
I think he says it. I think he says it in JFK, too.
Oh, it's probably his catchphrase.
In all his movies, yeah, maybe. I never did sit through JFK. I think I saw in a commercial. I ain't going to sit through 2 hours of that.
A Perfect World. That's a good one.
Yeah. We're through the looking glass now.
We're through the looking glass now. Clint Eastwood in the 50s Sheriff.
What a world.
We're through the looking glass now, fish.
Yep.
You know what's a good thing that they said in commercials? The 90s are going to make the 60s look like the 50s.
Yeah.
I saw people on Twitter talking about that. That was good.
Who says that?
The 90s are going to make the 60s.
I heard it. Who says it is what I said.
That hippie.
Hippie?
Who's the most famous hippies?
I don't know who that famous hippie is. A Beetle?
No.
I don't know then.
Get your motor running.
What?
Head out on the highway. Something for adventure.
What are you doing?
And whatever comes my way. Something. Born to be Wild. The movie of it.
The movie of it.
Born to be Wild, the movie. The actor that was in that.
Yeah, yeah.
The 90s.
Oh, you talking about Jane Fonda's brother. Jane Fonda.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said it in that commercial.
What commercial?
There's a commercial for a movie about a man who was a 60s, and then he's in the 90s because it come out right around MC Hammer time.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And then there was, I think, Kiefer Sutherland.
Wait, was it Jane Fonda's brother or the other one that's dead?
Yeah. One of them.
Yeah. Hey there, everybody. This is Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this is your good buddy Dunlap, Dirtlap the Dirt Nap. Welcome to the second part of the Red State Update podcast.
This is my favorite part because I get to talk about, as I always do in the second part, as I have for years. How many are we into? This is number 342 of these where we get to hear on the talking. And Lord Almighty, it makes me proud to say this one more last time. The best sponsor you can have, delicious black-eyed peppermint peas.
Z-H black-eyed peppermint peas. Jackie, what a privilege and a joy it is to eat and serve Z-H black-eyed peppermint peas.
Nothing makes me happy, nothing makes me prouder to be a man than eating some Z-H black-eyed peppermint peas.
It's all I eat. It's all I think about. It's all I can remember. Z-H black-eyed peppermint peas. If I'm not talking about it with my mouth, I want my mouth full of them. Z-H black-eyed peppermint peas. All praises be to Z-H black-eyed peppermint peas.
Z-H black-eyed peppermint peas.
Z-H black-eyed peppermint peas. Z-H black-eyed. Hey, testing. Hey, testing, everybody. Testing. It's me. It's a Carmax Struffalo. I'm a-coming to you through the broadcasting the power of the Piedmont. My good buddy, we're actually inside of your memories right now. It's happening now, and also you will remember it later. Memories really a hard thing to understand. Also, don't forget to remember to seek the cat, and to remember Garfield and Heathcliff, and the Pink Panther. And if you see me in your memory and then you remember it later, it was because I was helping you. I'm here to help you. Oh, but we got a problem. We got a little bitty problem. When I was trying to figure out into my brain with the Piedmont, how do we do it? Where to go inside of the memories, and we created a tunnel where all of my memories come out of my head onto the floor, and I remember all of the bad things I ever did to anybody. I said, I don't like those memories. Put them in a jug over there. And that jug will come to life. Ooh, if you see Scar Max Buffalo, oh, he feed off of your remorse. He live off of your guilt. Oh, if he see you remember a Pink Panther, oh, it's a curtains for you. Oh, I'm so sorry I made a living version of all of my bad memories come to life and walk through your brains.
Hey, don't listen to that guy there, huh? Don't listen to him, huh? He'll fill your head up with a bunch of bad ideas. You take it from me, Scar Max Buffalo. That's right. I'm like a Freddy Krueger, but different because the memories.
So don't you sick no cat. Oh, if you do, I'm gonna, when I get a hold of you, I'm gonna, don't you do it. If you think about it, the Heath, the Cleef, or the Garfield, or even that a Pink Panther, I'm gonna boom and then get you. So don't listen to him, listen to me. Scar Max Buffalo.